What if your ability to travel, get a loan, or even apply for a job wasn't based solely on your skills or finances, but on your behavior, your opinions, and the data trails you leave behind every day? It sounds like science fiction, but for millions of people, it's already reality.
Here's the thing, you know what's crazy about China? There's not even 2 billion people in China. We all think China has 2 billion people, right?
That's what they always claim.
That's what they claim.
Right.
Here's two things. How is it that when the CCP took over in the 50s and they had that the one birth rule, one singular kid, how is it that their population grew since then? Does that make sense?
That's a good point.
Two, a Chinese national just came out and said, there's not 2 billion people in China. She says that it's probably closer to 500 million.
That's it?
That's it. Really? Yes. She said they've been lying because it's propaganda. They want to seem bigger than what they are. How do you surveil 2 billion people? Isn't 500 million way more manageable? And it's a lot of land, so that's the thing. And they have ghost towns over there. Right now, they built tons of like skyscrapers and all this other stuff. They were expecting all these people, but I think they did that by design. It's really not that many people over there.
Wow, 500?
We have what, 300 here? 350?
Yeah, 350 here.
That's not much bigger than us.
I have a few Chinese friends, and the ones that come from small towns are the small towns. So I don't know about the 2 billion.
I mean, that's what they always claim. So I was leaning on that.
How is that possible if they only had the one child rule for 50 plus years?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So they're lying. So that's the thing. So it's much more manageable. So that's why they have the social credit score system right now. Like if you have a low score and you're hanging out with somebody else, your score drops. And then like if your score is too low, you can't ride the train. You can't get something to eat. There's videos where there's like, you see it on a board.
So you starve?
Yes. There's people starving in the streets right now.
Okay, how do you get a good score? What does a good score mean?
They're saying basically if you do good deeds, if you help the government.
If you do good deeds?
Yes.
Shit, this is Black Mirror.
You haven't seen Black Mirror?
I've seen Black Mirror.
There's an episode where a girl is trying to like be a good Samaritan in society and it builds up her score. That's literally what's happening right now.
And that came out like 5 years ago.
You can't buy food.
No, you can't ride the train.
So you die.
Yeah. There's videos of people dying in the street right now in China because they have a low credit score. The shit is crazy. It's wild.
Social credit systems are often presented as tools for trust and safety, designed to reward good behavior and discourage harmful actions. On the surface, that seems reasonable. But the deeper question is this: who defines good behavior and who gets punished for stepping outside it?
Right towards totalitarianism, just like China, just like a surveillance state. And now Palantir is putting all of their AI, digital prediction programming and software to create better profiles of you and manipulate you even more and track you even more. Soon they'll be putting a social credit score on you. Have you been a good citizen? Have you talked bad about the government? Have you said something that the government doesn't like? Maybe we should shut down your money. Maybe we should shut down where you can live. Maybe you should only be able to talk to these people. Maybe you shouldn't be able to talk to nobody. Maybe everybody should blacklist you. Like, we need to wake people up. Go look up China and their social credit score, because that's the direction that we're going in the United States with this Palantir and this digital ID and all of this. The next step is they're going to...
Every click, every purchase, every post, like, comment, and location ping. In today's digital world, data isn't passive. It's constantly collected, analyzed, and ranked. Your spending habits can reveal your beliefs. Your social connections can suggest your values. Your online speech can be flagged as risky or undesirable.
Puts her in model citizen range and gets her discounts and privileges, like using a shared bike without a deposit. She likes it. Her friends do too. They all have pretty high scores.
It's a mechanism like pushes you to become a better citizen, to build on the trust, especially on the Chinese market.
Because you're not going to be punished if you haven't done anything wrong.
I think that's the point. I think the system is working as a warning or an alert to push people to do it, to be a good person.
And it's mandatory. When it goes national, social credit scores will be assigned to every one of China's citizens for life.
Now imagine all of those data points merging into a single number, a score that follows you everywhere. A low score could mean higher interest rates, limited housing access, travel restrictions, fewer job opportunities, not because you broke the law, but because an algorithm decided you were non-compliant.
Things that I've been fighting against the issuance by the United States, which is now moving toward a central bank digital currency to eliminate paper dollars. In that case, every transaction that you make, if you buy alcohol, whatever you do, the government is going to know about it, and you will be subject to blackmail or subject to pressure. It's a calamity for human rights and for civil rights. In China, they've used central bank digital currencies and made them programmable so that if your social credit score drops below a certain number, for example, if you're seen by a facial recognition camera during a mandatory mask day and your mask is below your nose or something like that, then you lose social credit score points. And if you drop below a certain point average, the government can shut off your money. We're not going to let you buy gasoline. We're essentially putting you under house arrest. You're not going to be able to buy an airplane ticket. You're not going to be able to buy any luxury items or anything other than maybe food. And if the government has the power to do that to you, it really has ultimate power over all of us.
In dystopian novels, control is obvious and violent. In real life, it's subtle. It arrives wrapped in words like safety, trust, community standards, facial recognition, digital IDs, cashless payments, AI-driven risk assessments. Alone, they seem harmless. Together, they form a system capable of total behavioral control.
It was effective and very, very financially effective. I mean, they made a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
And if they could do something similar again and then clamp down more on people, that's what scares me. This talk of centralized digital currency, that's what they have in China. If you fuck up in China and you get a bad social credit score because you tweeted something they didn't like, now you can't buy a plane ticket. Now you can't buy a car.
Yeah.
Now you can't get a loan. Now you can't do something. You step the fucking line, and people self-censor because they don't want to be a part of that. Now they got you.
Here's the most unsettling truth. Participation isn't optional. To exist in modern society is to generate data. To generate data is to be evaluated. And when evaluation becomes policy, freedom becomes conditional.
Going back to the good old world which we had, and everything will be normal again. This is, let's say, fiction. It will not happen.
There is only one way this pandemic is going to go. It's going to get worse and worse and worse.
The next crisis is already waiting for us around the corner, and it is the climate crisis.
This isn't about one country or one government. It's about a global shift toward behavioral monitoring and the normalization of being scored as citizens. So the question isn't if social credit systems could come to your neighborhood. The real question is, how much of it is already here? And when convenience and control look exactly the same, will we recognize the difference before it's too late?